Vedanta Namaste Saraswati Devi Sa Sannavadi Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama Rama
Rama Hare Hare
Hare Hare Namo Krishna Gopala Govinda Ram Mokha Karoti Vasalam Kathe Satavan Mande Paramananda Madhavam Hare Om Tat Sat.
The Chaitanya Prabhu came.
All right.
Repetition.
Colliding.
Continuation of Sri Krishna Chaitanya book compilation part 2. The Yavanas who had beaten Haridāsa were all destroyed along with their families. Part 2. Caitanya Bhagavata Adi Kanda 16.159.
উচ্চ নাম কীর্তন মুখে বিপ্র সভায় উপস্থিতি উচ্চ করে হরিনাম লইতে লইতে আইলেন হরিদাস ব্রাহ্মণ সভাতে
As he loudly chanted the names of Hari, he arrived before an assembly of Brahmanas. Caitanya Bhagavat Adi Kanda 16.160.
হরিদাস দর্শনে বিপ্রগণে হর্ষ হরিদাসে দেখি ফুলিয়ার বিপ্রগণ সবে হইলা অতি পরমানন্দময়
Seeing Haridāsa, the Brahmanas of Fulia were greatly filled with happiness.
Seeing Haridāsa Thakur,
Seeing Haridāsa Thakur,
the Brahmanas were naturally happy.
The Brahmanas of Fulia were naturally happy.
They welcomed Haridāsa, pure Vaishnava, with full enthusiasm.
They welcomed Haridāsa, who was a pure Vaishnava, with great enthusiasm. Caitanya Bhagavat Adi Kanda 16.161.
বিপ্রগণের হরিধ্বনির মধ্যে হরিদাসের সহর্ষে নৃত্য হরিধ্বনি বিপ্রগণ লাগিলা করিতে হরিদাস লাগিলেন আনন্দে নাচিতে
The Brahmanas then began to chant the names of Hari, and Haridāsa began to dance in ecstasy. Purport. Being relieved from the torture and repression of the king and the Qazi, and in order to benefit the Brahmana community of Fulia, Thakur Haridāsa arrived there while loudly chanting the names of Hari. Due to narrow-minded sectarianism and social aversion towards devotional service, some so-called Brahmanas did not previously consider it proper to accept Haridāsa as the spiritual master for awarding the holy names. But now, after hearing about his extraordinary, unlimited prowess, all the prestigious Brahmanas accepted him as the giver of the holy names, which are non-different from the Lord himself. All of them happily began to respect Haridāsa.
So Haridāsa Thakur, having survived the beating and 22 marketplaces,
So Haridāsa Thakur, having survived the beating in 22 marketplaces
and declaring that while one piece of his body lives, he would chant the holy name.
and while declaring that while one piece of his body lives, he would chant the holy names.
So this impressed all the Brahmanas, and without hesitation, they accepted him.
This pleased all the Brahmanas, and without hesitation, they all accepted him. Caitanya Bhagavat, Adikanda 16.162.
হরিনাম প্রভাবে হরিদাসের অষ্টসাত্ত্বিক ভাব বিকার অদ্ভুত অনন্ত হরিদাসের বিকার অশ্রু কম্প হাস্য মূর্ছা পুলক অহংকার
Haridas displayed endless ecstatic transformations like crying, shivering, laughing, falling unconscious, hair standing on end, and roaring.
At the time of the Lord Caitanya, Haridāsa Thakur, it was allowed to display these ecstatic symptoms.
At the time of Lord Caitanya and Haridāsa Thakur, it was allowed to display these ecstatic symptoms.
Subsequently, some of the Upper Sampradaya Sahajas
Subsequently, some of the Upper Sampradaya Sahajiyas
started to imitate these ecstatic symptoms,
started to imitate these ecstatic symptoms,
even while they were not doing these ecstasies.
even when they were really not feeling these ecstasies.
But then Bhakti, Vedanta Saraswati Thakur advised as hard possible we should not display these ecstatic symptoms.
Then Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur instructed us that as far as possible, we should not display these ecstatic symptoms.
But sometimes it was not possible to repress these ecstatic symptoms. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada and Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada displayed them sometimes.
But sometimes it is not possible to repress these ecstatic symptoms, and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada and Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada sometimes displayed these ecstatic symptoms. Caitanya Bhagavat, Adikanda 16.163.
হরিদাসের প্রেমাবেশে ভূপতন বিপ্রগণের বিস্ময় আছার খায়ন হরিদাস প্রেম রসে দেখিয়া ব্রাহ্মণগণ মহানন্দে ভাসে
Then, in ecstatic love, Haridas crashed to the ground. Seeing this, the Brahmanas began to float in ecstasy. Okay. Then in ecstatic love, Haridas Thakur crashed to the ground. Seeing this, the Brahmanas began to float in ecstasy.
Haridāsa Thakur ecstatic symptoms spread to all the Brahmanas.
Haridāsa Thakur's ecstatic symptoms spread to all the Brahmanas. Caitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda 16.164.
হরিদাসের স্থৈর্য ও বিপ্রগণ বেষ্টিত হইয়া উপবেশন। স্থির হই ক্ষণেকে বসিলা হরিদাস, বিপ্রগণ বসিলেন বেরি চারিপাশ।
After a while, when Haridāsa Thakur became pacified, the Brahmanas sat around him.
So the Brahmanas are ready to hear from Haridāsa Thakur.
So the Brahmanas were ready to hear from Haridāsa Thakur. Caitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda 16.165.
নিজ দ্রোহ শ্রবণে দুঃখিত বিপ্রগণকে আশ্বাসন ও বহির্দষ্ট ব্যবহারক দুঃখকে ভগবত কৃপা সম্পদ জ্ঞান। হরিদাস বলেন শুন বিপ্রগণ, দুঃখ না ভাবিও কিছু আমার কারণ।
Haridāsa Thakur then said, "O Brahmanas, please listen. Don't feel sorry for me." Caitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda 16.166.
স্বয়ং সম্পূর্ণ দোষ অতীত হইয়াও দৈন ও প্রপত্তি বশে অন্যকৃত বিষ্ণু নিন্দা শ্রবণ অভিনয় কালে আপনাকে দোষী দণ্ড জ্ঞান দ্বারা জগতে দৈন প্রপত্তি শিক্ষাদান। প্রভু নিন্দা আমি যে শুনিল পার, তার শাস্তি করিলেন ঈশ্বর আমার।
I have heard so much blasphemy of the Lord. That is why he has punished me. Purport. While considering himself an ordinary conditioned soul, forced to enjoy the fruits of karma, Haridāsa Thakur humbly said, I had to hear topics that were averse to the Lord as punishment for my previous misdeeds and aversion to the Lord. Due to my tolerance, I did not adequately protest the harsh statements of persons who are averse to the Lord. That is why the Lord has awarded this punishment to me. The Lord awards severe punishment to those who, even after hearing blasphemy against the Lord and his devotees, do not protest in order to make a show of tolerance. Even after hearing blasphemous words against Hari, Guru, and Vaishnava, the Prakrita Sahajiyas attempt to justify their abominable, mean, duplicitous nature as Vaishnava etiquette guarantees their frightful degradation. Thakur Haridas was truly the highest ideal of tolerance, and because the deceitful Prakrita Sahajiya Sampradaya tries to artificially imitate the quality of his tolerance, they ultimately achieve various miseries in life. Since the Mahabhagavata Paramahamsa Vaishnava is personally free from the blasphemy of others, he does not possess the external mundane urges to blaspheme or praise, talk unnecessarily, or gossip. But since the Prakrita Sahajiyas are not situated on such an exalted platform, their endeavors to imitate result in abominable duplicity. Therefore, they inevitably suffer miseries. In order to preach this topic to the deceitful Prakrita Sahajiya Sampradayas, Haridāsa Thakur, like an ordinary human being, invoked the philosophy of enjoying fruitive results. The Prakrita Sahajiyas are forced to enjoy the fruits of their activities. But Haridāsa Thakur, the crest jewel among liberated souls and a chanter of the holy names of Hari, is certainly not forced to enjoy the fruits of his activities. Srila Rupa Goswami Pada has described this topic in the Sri Namashtaka 4 as follows. The seeds of sinful activities that cause rebirth for their fruition are not totally destroyed despite realization of oneness with Brahman through constant meditation. But, O Lord, as soon as your holy names manifest on the tongue, even in the form of Namabhasa, all seeds of sinful activities are totally uprooted. This is elaborately glorified in the Vedas.
And therefore, Haridāsa Thakur, by his constant chanting of the holy name,
Therefore, Haridāsa Thakur, by his constant chanting of the holy name,
was protected from having any enjoyment fruits of any karmic activities.
protected from having the fruit of enjoyment of karmic activities.
When you say enjoy the fruits of good karma, it's material pleasure, and bad karma means to enjoy material suffering.
When we say enjoy the result, it means if it is good karma, to enjoy material happiness, and bad karma means to suffer material distress. Caitanya Bhagavat, Adikanda 16.167.
দৈন ও প্রপত্তিবাসে বিষ্ণু নিন্দা শ্রবণ অভিনয় ফলস্বরূপ নিজ প্রতি বিধর্মীকৃত মহাদ্রোহ ও হিংসাকেও ভগবানের অল্প দণ্ড বা কৃপা প্রসাদ ক্ষমা জ্ঞান। ভালো হইল ইথে বড় পাইল সন্তোষ, অল্প শাস্তি করি ক্ষমিলেন বড় দোষ।
I am satisfied, for whatever happened to me was for my benefit. The Lord has relieved me of my great offense by awarding me a token punishment. Purport: those who, even after hearing the blasphemy of Vishnu and the Vaishnavas, display their cleverness by posing as advanced and liberal on the pretext of artificial gentleness or tolerance without understanding the real purport of Tarorapi Sahishnuna, more tolerant than a tree, are understood to be enjoying the results of their grave offenses. One should not consider such grave offenses as trivial and advertise sense gratification aimed at accumulating mundane fame as worship of Hari. For this reason, in order to instruct the people of the world, Jagat Guru Thakur Haridas pointed out the great faults of the foolish Prakrita Sahajiyas who display artificial humility by humbly saying, I have heard blasphemy of Hari Guru and Vaishnava without hesitation. Therefore, I am a great offender. Since I did not protest, it would have been proper if Hari Guru and Vaishnava had awarded me more severe punishment. But the Lord is most merciful. He awarded me only the token punishment of being inhumanly tortured by the servants of the king, and thus freed me from the offenses born from blasphemy of Vishnu and the Vaishnavas. In this way, he has proved himself as costlessly merciful, by which my happiness and satisfaction is increased. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 10:14.8, Lord Brahma prays to the Lord as follows: My dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your costless mercy upon him all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and offering you respectful obeisances with his heart, words, and body, is surely eligible for liberation, for it has become his rightful claim. In order to distort and change the meaning and purport of this Bhagavatam verse, I failed to protest. That was my greatest mistake.
Haridāsa tells that
Haridāsa Thakur,
he was stating that due to his tolerating the blasphemy against Lord, Guru, and Vaishnavas,
he was saying that due to his tolerating blasphemy against the Lord, the Guru, and Vaishnavas,
he had to suffer this token punishment.
he had to suffer this token punishment.
Actually, being beaten in 22 marketplaces is enough to kill anyone.
In fact, to get beaten in 22 marketplaces is enough to kill anyone.
Even after 3 or 4 markets, or the person will die.
Even after 3 or 4, any person would die.
But Haridāsa is instructing us how we should be intolerant of hearing any blasphemy, the Lord, Guru, the Vaishnavas.
Haridāsa Thakur is instructing us how we should be intolerant of hearing any blasphemy of the Lord, Guru, and Vaishnavas.
The Sahaja, Prakita Sahajas, do not protest is a sign of their spiritual impropriety.
That the Prakrita Sahajyas do not protest is a sign of their spiritual impropriety. Caitanya Bhagavat, Adikanda 16.168.
স্বয়ং পূর্ণ পাপতীত মুক্ত মহাভাগবত হইয়াও আপনাকে যমদণ্ড মর্তজীব দুর্ভাগ্য জীবের বিষ্ণু নিন্দা শ্রবণ জনতি মহাপাপ ফলে কুম্ভিপাক নরক লাভ বর্ণন। কুম্ভিপাক হয় বিষ্ণু নিন্দন শ্রবণে, তা আমি বিস্তর শুনিল পাপ কানে।
One who hears blasphemy of Lord Vishnu is sent to the hell known as Kumbhipaka, and with my sinful ears I heard so much blasphemy of the Lord. Purport. It is stated in the scriptures that an atheist who hears blasphemy of the Supreme Lord but does not protest attains the most painful hell known as Kumbhipaka after death. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 4, Text 17, Sati spoke to Prajapati Daksha as follows. If one hears an irresponsible person blaspheme the master and controller of religion, one should block his ears and go away if unable to punish him. But if one is able to kill, then one should by force cut out the blasphemer's tongue and kill the offender. And after that, one should give up his own life. This is the devotee's only remedy. In the Bhakti Sandarbha 265, it is stated, if one hears blasphemy of Vishnu and the Vaishnavas, he incurs great sin. Anyone who fails to immediately leave a place where criticism of the Supreme Lord or his faithful devotee is heard will certainly fall down, bereft of his pious credit. Only an incapable person should leave that. Only an incapable person should leave that place. Otherwise, a capable person must cut out the tongue of one who blasphemes Vishnu and the Vaishnavas. If one is incapable of doing either, then he should give up his body.
When I was locked up in Montreal,
When I was a bhakta in Montreal,
I went to some books in a university hostel.
I went to sell books in a university hostel.
And I opened my door. A person started to blaspheme Krishna.
When I knocked at one door and the person who opened started to blaspheme Krishna.
He said all kinds of horrible things.
He said all kinds of horrible things.
I immediately turned around and walked out.
I immediately turned around and walked out.
I felt very good.
And I felt very good.
And, I don't think in the hostel, the appropriate to cut out his tongue.
Yes.
I don't think if we go to a hostel, we should cut out their tongue. Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda 16.169.
বিষ্ণু নিন্দা শ্রবণ অভিনয় ফলস্বরূপ নিজ প্রতি ভীষণ দ্রোহ ও হিংসাকে যথাযোগ্য ভগবত কৃপা দণ্ড জ্ঞান এবং দুঃসঙ্গ জনিত না অপরাধ হইতে নির্মুক্তি প্রার্থনা দ্বারা শিক্ষাদান যোগ্য শাস্তি করিলে ঈশ্বর তাহার হেন পাপ আর যেন নহে পুনর্বার।
Therefore, the Lord has given me an appropriate punishment for my offense, so that I may not commit such sins in the future. Purport. With the imitative Prakrita Sahajya Sampradayas in mind, Haridāsa Thakur spoke the following words of instruction. As a Vaishnava, I will never again hear blasphemy against Vishnu and the Vaishnavas under the shelter of Trinadapi Suni Chata or on the pretext of Paror Api Sahishnuta. I have had a sufficient lesson this time. The Lord is most merciful. He taught me by awarding a token punishment for a grave offense. Due to misfortune, the Prakrita Sahajya Sampradayas, who are offenders of the holy names, cannot understand the actual purport and substance of these statements of Thakur Haridāsa.
Haridāsa is by his statements explaining how any blasphemy of Vishnu or Vaishnavas or Guru is a great offense.
Haridāsa Thakur, by his words, is showing how any blasphemy of Vishnu, Guru, and Vaishnavas is a great offense.
And should not be tolerated, but reacted to and given as explained above.
And it should not be tolerated, and we should react as explained above. Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda 16.170.
সজ্জন ভূ সুরগণ সহ হরিদাসের কীর্তন কৃষ্ণ কীর্তন হেনমতে হরিদাস বিপ্রগণ সঙ্গে নির্ভয়ে করেন সংকীর্তন মহারঙ্গে।
Thereafter, Haridāsa and the Brahmanas fearlessly enjoyed congregationally chanting the holy names of the Lord.
Since Haridāsa had received the permission of the king
Since Haridāsa Thakur had received the permission of the king
to chant the holy names of Krishna
to chant the holy names of Krishna
without impediment,
without impediment,
so therefore he fearlessly chanted.
therefore he fearlessly chanted. Caitanya Bhagavat Adikanda 16.171.
বৈকুণ্ঠ সৌত সত্য প্রচারক নির্দোষ জগৎগুরু বৈষ্ণব আচার্য প্রতি দ্রোহ জনতি মহা অপরাধের ফল তাহা নেও দুঃখ দিল যে সব যবনে সব অংশে উচ্ছন্ন তারা হইল কতদিনে।
The Yavanas who had beaten Haridāsa as well as their families were all destroyed within a few days. Purport: the sinful atheist Yavanas soon achieved the miserable results obtained by persons who torture and envy Vaishnavas. In the Skanda Purana, it is stated, whoever kills or blasphemes a Vaishnava, whoever is envious or angry with a Vaishnava, and whoever does not offer obeisances or feel joy upon seeing a Vaishnava, certainly falls into a hellish condition. According to this infallible scriptural decree, the Yavanas, along with their families, were soon destroyed by severe diseases like cholera or smallpox.
All the executioners who have beaten Haridāsa Thakur in 22 marketplaces.
The executioners who had beaten Haridāsa Thakur in 22
And
marketplaces
and requested Haridāsa Thakur to die. Requested Haridāsa Thakur to die.
Had requested Haridāsa Thakur to die
so that they would not be beaten
so that they would not be beaten
to death themselves. They were destroyed along with their families.
They were destroyed along with their families. This ends the chapter.
This ends the section.
This ends the chapter under the section. Okay. The Yavanas who had beaten Haridāsa Thakur were all destroyed along with their families. Under the section, the glories of Srila Haridāsa Thakur.
They have just pay for shelter. All are here. Shall we do now? Shelter. Shelter they have planned today. Yesterday. Yes. Okay. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Guru Maharaj welcome one and all to his virtual book table. There is a physical book table right behind you for those who are physically present here to honor you. So please do visit. That is Guru Maharaj's personal book table. The following devotees Yavanas participated in the pastime of Guru Maharaj in distributing books today. Sri Hari Sridhar Das from Bangalore, 1 Srimad Bhagavatam set. Anandamai Gopinath Das from Australia, 3 Bhagavatam set. Guru Maharaj will be right back in a while. Anandini Sita Devidasi from Durgapur, 2 Srimad Bhagavatam sets. Mumbai Jazz J. Chuplas, 11 Bhagavad Gita. And 6 small books. Mausami Jaidar from Kolkata, 50 small books. Harjit Kaur from Bangalore, 1 Bhagavad Gita. Amit Bagh from Hooghly, 3 Bhagavad Gita. Nitya Sevites, Bala Chandrachana, Vilita Gandharvika, Devidasi Balavrinda, 2 small books. Prahlad Krishnadas, 1 Bhagavad Gita. Keshav Premadas, 1 Bhagavad Gita. And Charini Devidasi and her daughter, 1 Bhagavad Gita. Srivas Prabhu, from whom we got Prem Gaur Sundar Prabhu, 1 Srimad Bhagavatam set. From Madhav Sumangal of our physical book table, Pundrik Vasudev Das, Bangladesh, 1 Srimad Bhagavatam set. And Krishnangi and Karunamayi birthday also today, and 1 Bhagavad Gita. So Guru Maharaj is distributing 187 Mahabig books, 58 small books, a total of 245 Srila Transcendental Prabhupada books, which includes 8 Srimad Bhagavatam set. Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Distribution ki jai. These devotees get a special Narasimha Puja in a few hours from now in Sridham Mayapur. All of you devotees also bless them by calling out Nitai Gauranga. Please pass on this wonderful opportunity of participating in the pastime of Guru Maharaj in distributing Srila Prabhupada books, even if it is a single Bhagavad Gita or just a few small books. Please do WhatsApp Guru Maharaj's virtual book table anytime at +91 94 34 76 04 02. Stay tuned for tomorrow's Lord Caitanya class. Let's pray for all those who are celebrating anniversaries today for their well-being and blissful Krishna consciousness. Let's pray together. Please chant along with me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. This is shelter devotees. Okay. So
it's not GA who put caps, like they have to switch on.
those who have put GA as a first 2 letter in capital, please switch on your videos. So there will be a shelter ceremony now for 7 candidates. All those 7 candidates, please have some boga flower ready in hand. जो 7 भक्त लोग हैं जो GA के साथ स्टार्ट होता है वो अपना वीडियो ऑन करें और अपने हाथ में बोग फूल को तैयार रखें. मैं नाम बुलाता हूं. आत्माराम गौरंग, दिव्या कपूर, okay, she is open. Nether Prawn Dubai, please open your video. Ramesh Chandra, अपना वीडियो ऑन करें. और okay, these 2 guys. Nether Pradhan and Ramesh Chandra, अपना वीडियो ऑन करें और फूल को हाथ में रेडी रखें. जब हम मंत्र जप करेंगे आपको उस मंत्र को दोहराना है हमारा पीछे पीछे. उसके बाद गुरु महाराज का पद्म पाद दिखाया जाएगा और आपने अपने बोग फूल को पद्म पाद में चढ़ा दीजिए. इस तरह आपका शेल्टर होगा. All know Hindi, no?
Yeah.
It's in Zoom. Translation service.
You are here in Mayapur sitting, but you are not coming.
Yeah, because she's in service. भक्त लोग जब मंत्र बोलेंगे आप अपना अनम्यूट करें, उसके बाद में आप मंत्र को दोहराना है, रिपीटेशन करते।
Smart.
There 80 devotees are there, Guru Maharaj in June.
No.
Yeah, in Madhava Prabhu also is there already.
Outside anyone is asked.
Outside,
No, that I really asked it.
Guru Maharaj, today Shanta Gopi Mata.
Shanta Gopi's birthday.
Cake is there.
No,
All glories of Shantagopi.
All glories to Shanta Gopi.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Mati Guru Maharaj is blessing you, and Guru Maharaj will cut the cake here. I'll cut with him on behalf of you. Okay?
Good.
Just a moment, we'll bring the cake.
So, somebody will let me give this with my hand
Blessing.
and what should we in fact? Haridāsa? Yes.
Okay, now one. Careful, huh?
Haribo.
Very well. Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Okay, now. Thank you.
Prabhu request him.
Thank you.
Allah.
Yes. Shelter your disciples. So these are sheltered disciples, Guru Maharaj. There are 7 disciples who are going to take shelter. 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So अभी जो सबके पास फूल है, भोगा फूल आप में रखे हुए हैं, ठीक है। अभी जो मंत्र बोलूंगा उसको आप लोग अनम्यूट करके बोलिए। जब मंत्र खत्म हो जाएगा, जब ऐसे पुष्पांजलि बोलूंगा उस समय गुरु महाराज का पद्मपाद दिखाएंगे तो आप अपने फूल चढ़ा सकते हैं। No, 8 or 10.
Only 7 are there.
No, 4 on the first row.
Only 3 only.
Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, 7 only.
7 only.
1, 2, 3, 4,
7.
7. Okay.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale
भूतले
Srimate Jayapataka
श्रीमते
Swamin Iti Namine
स्वामी
Namo Acharya Padaya
नमो आचार्य पादाय
Nitaya Kripa Pradayine
निताय कृपा प्रदायिने
Gaura Katha Dhamadaya
और कथामदाय
Nagara Grama Tarine
नगर ग्राम
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya
नमो पादाय
Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale
कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta
श्रीमती
श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांता
स्वामिन्निति नामिने
स्वामिनिति नामिने
नामिने
नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे
नमस्ते
नमस्ते
सरस्वते
सरस्वते देवे
गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
प्रचारिणे
निर्विशेष शून्यवादे
निर्विशेष शून्यवादे
शून्यवादे
पाश्चात्यादेश तारिणे
पाश्चात्य
तारिणे
श्रील जयपताक स्वामी गुरवे नमः
श्री जय पताका स्वामी गुरुवे नमः
श्रील जयपताक स्वामी गुरवे नमः
श्री जय पताका स्वामी गुरुवे नमः
फूल ऑफर करिए गुरु महाराज का पद्म पद दिखाई दे रहे हैं सबको ऑफर करें अपने फॉर्म को जेपीएस ऑफिस में सबमिट करें
गवर्नमेंट शांति नहीं सकते आप दोनों
धन्यवाद So we have a birthday for Premeshwari Gopika Devi Dasi. Guru Maharaj is blessing you.
Krishna Madhava.
Krishna Irmati Rastu. Wish you happy Krishna conscious birthday. Guru Maharaj bless. Okay. For marriage, she is Puja from India seeking Guru Maharaj blessing for Krishna conscious marriage.
Krishna Madhava.
Krishna Irmati Rastu. Thank you. Sudevi Rani, Guru Maharaj is blessing you. Krishna Irmati Rastu.
Sudevi's appearance day.
Yesterday was Rangadevi Sudevi's appearance day, the twin sisters. Who else? Okay, Guru Maharaj is blessing all the online Zoom devotees.
Krishna Madhava.
Krishna Irmati Rastu. Thank you very much. Please stay for tomorrow's Lord Chaitanya class. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Guru Maharaj ki jai.
जय